Welcome back, everybody, to Alchemy Gaming, and we have scenario number 2 of high voltage. So without further ado, let's jump into it. One new game, scenario, find our Switzerland map, 202. All right, let's get right into it and see what happens. We'll take Helen Gerard. We'll leave everything else same. Actually, can't even change anything but the tracks. So I'm excited to see what scenario 2 has to offer.
Welcome back. Now that the Swiss Federal Railways have contracted us, mountains of work lie ahead of us. Those old scoundrels really have astronomical demands. I hope you're ready. Our task is to demonstrate to the world the power of electric trains by laying a cohesive electric rail network throughout Switzerland. While I take care of the business side of things, I leave the construction in your hands. Let's get started right away.
All right, let's see what we need to do. So our 4 tasks right now: by July 1920, build an electric rail line between Brig and Sion. Okay, so we already talked about that in our last series. July 1921, reach 70,000 citizens in Brig. Then we need to transfer 200 passengers from Brig to Sion via an electric rail line. So basically, like number 1 and number 3 go together. And then by December, we need to connect the city of Goms to our home city, Brig. Okay, well, let's take a look around here. So we have Brig here. There's Goms up there. There's Blatten. Okay, these are redded out. Sierra, Sion. Okay, Sion's right there. Nothing down here. That's all redded out. Zermatt's there. And unless I'm blind, I don't see any bonuses. Do you see any bonuses? I don't see any. No, I see none really. So we have pears there. We have vegetables. We have milk. We have wood. We have grain. And we have sugars. So everything's pretty close by. Is Brig making anything right now? Yes, they're making beer. Okay, so they can get it from... Oh, look at that. There's bonuses now. Weird. Okay, so Zermatt has a 350,000 bonus. The milk has 400,000. Sierra has 250,000, and Goms up here is 300,000. That's really weird that it didn't show the bonuses before. Sion isn't making anything. Sierra's making meat, and Blatten's not making anything. Goms isn't making anything. Okay, so let's click through our train. Let's see what we have for research. Okay, let's go with this Metropolitan Vickers, and then we can start going after other things here in a bit. All right, so we have some research. We're going to go ahead and increase the ticket prices. That's an obvious one. So we do have our double line down now. So let's see if we can put Brig, Sierra over to Sion and back again. Let's do automatic. We'll put our train cars on 460,000. Perfect. Let's do that.
With this, you have laid the foundation for our electrified route through French Switzerland.
Nice. I didn't know there was a French Switzerland either, for that matter. Okay, we're just looking at our rail line here. I think the best thing to do for the maintenance is to put it in Sierra, because if Briggs is going to be our home base, we probably want to keep the maintenance out of there so we can get all of the bonuses from the passengers in the mail. So we put the maintenance in Sierra, we put a post office there. Over in Brig, we put a post office and a restaurant. We're going to do the same thing in Sion. So what we're going to need to do now is put down an immigration office in Sion, and then one over here in Brig, and that way they can grow a lot faster. Sierra doesn't have enough population. So if we look at Zermatt, it's got what, 10,000, and Goms has 10,039. We should maybe look and see if we can do a line from Goms to Briggs down to Zermatt. We're halfway through laying our line and we ran out of money, so we're going to go ahead and take this bond here, and then we'll take this big bond, and that way we'll have enough money.
Every last corner of the Pennine Alps to our network, we can move on to French Switzerland.
Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and put this down here. We're going to need a supply depot, and now we're going to have a line coming from Zermatt to Brig up to Goms. Now we're going to put a train down from Zermatt to Brig to Goms. We'll put 3 trains down. We'll leave them express for the moment because Brig is the only thing making anything. All right, we have our first connection bonus, I think, come in from Sierra. So this time around, I'm going to go ahead and put a different station down. This is going to be my freight station, so we'll just go ahead and call it Brig Freight, because I want to keep my express and freight separate, at least in Brig. So I'm going to need wheat because we're making beer, and then the next things I'm going to need will be wood, meat, maybe will come off the automatic line, so wood and vegetables. So we have our line laid down from our vegetables to our Brig Freight. We're going to go ahead and bring that in. So put a train on that. It can just be a mountain though. There, we'll put our car down for a 25% bonus. And then we're going to do the same thing from the wood in the Brig freight. Make sure it comes in full. Do the same thing a mountain. This time they don't need the extra bonus car. And there we go. So now that will give us, if we go back and look, we're already getting wheat, although we probably should bring that in. Hopefully the meat will come from Sierra. So we got our wood, we already got sugar, we got vegetables. So that'll help us to grow. The next thing we should do is try to pick up this bonus right here. Is there any other bonuses? No, there isn't. Okay. And now we have our milk coming in the Brig freight, all full, I believe. Yep. And we have our special car for the 25% bonus. So that should help us get this bonus here. And really, Brig should need that milk anyways very soon, right? As soon as it hits 30,000. So like I said, no other connection bonuses. You just look at our train lines. Brig to Sierra, we're making 12,851 per train per week. This Zermatt one hasn't calculated yet. So basically, we're just patiently waiting for things to grow. And maybe we'll get this connection bonus here soon. I think that might be a milk train going in there. It is. Okay, so we'll get that. We did run down a line to our pairs, which they're not going to need till 35,000, but as soon as this connection bonus goes in, we'll lay a train here. Then that way it'll give them 1, 2, 3, 4 things.
Many people are using our electric trains already, even in these rural parts. Now imagine what numbers we may be able to achieve near the big cities.
Awesome. We did the 200 passengers from Brig to Sion. So the only thing left to do is to grow a Brig up to 70,000. As I said, we're going to run a train in here of pairs, which of course won't do anything yet, but it will eventually. We put our special car down. Eckerman train station. Yes, it's going to do nothing because they don't need it yet. All right, so what else could we do? Let's take a look. Briggs now has double growth. They're getting their meat. These will get a little bit better as they bring them in. They're going to get beer. That'll help them at 35. Pairs will help. So maybe what we should do is go over to Sierra and see if we can do something over here. They need wood, sugar, and vegetables. Either that or we could come over to Sion. Sion has even more people, really. That might be even better idea. We went to Sion. We need sugar, vegetables, and milk. Let's see. We got sugar's there, milk's there. I guess that's the only milk. And then our vegetables are over here. Okay, maybe we'll do that. Now we have our sugar line going into Sion. So we'll lay our train down on that. Yes, it is a single line. So we're going to have to double up Sion here eventually. So the other things I think said we needed was milk and vegetables, right? Yeah, we're gonna need veggies and milk. We have a little bit of research. We're gonna take this train convoys to lower our track construction costs by 5%. Anything to either make more money or save more money are things you want to go for right at the beginning. So we have a little kind of a sideline coming over here. So we're gonna click on this milk train and we're gonna go ahead and adjust. So we're gonna bring in a load to Brig freight full. Then we're going to come back, get more milk, and go the Sion freight with the same train. I'm thinking that might work. Let's see. What's it doing? It's going in somewhere for no reason. I didn't put a gridiron right here. That's what the problem is. And I should probably put these. There we go. So see, it's going to come in this double line the whole way. So then I'm going to have to build another little shunt line right here and then one right here. So that way I can get my vegetables and my fruit over to here too. Okay, so we got that figured out. So now let's go into our train here. So we're going to go into Brig, of course. Then we're going to come back over and go to Sion. And it may delay my trains a little bit in the Brig, but I'm thinking this is a cheap way of doing this. So that way I can load up Sion at the same time and not have to buy extra trains. And I did the same thing with the wood. So right now I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of them doing it. I need to look at the sugar next and make sure it's going to do it. We have some more research. We're going to go ahead and take this affiliate program, which will lower the cost of recruiting and our personnel by 5%. So another thing we can save just a little bit of money. So I think what we'll do next is we'll come down to Sierra here. We're going to start running into freight Sierra also. So we have actually 2 slots available in Sion and 1 in Brig. So we're just looking around here. I think Brig would make more sense to have the mountain cheese in it, although they're probably going to put something down before I can get there. Goms could have did cloth, but we're not even really up there. We need to give Sion something. Meat's already in Sierra, so they're doing fine with that. I think we need cloth and Sion, I really think is the way to go. So we're going to go ahead and put a cloth factory down, and we're going to need to bring this here wool over, and then we're just going to piggyback on this line and get all the way over the Sion. And we have our wool going to come in the Sion now, and they went and put a beer factory down. Like, why? Nothing I can do about it, so just leave it the way it is. And hard to say what Brig's going to throw down. Hopefully they put a mountain cheese, which would make way more sense. So right now the wool is going through the Brig station, so that's not the most efficient way of doing it, but it's the way I have money to do right now. And I see that we have some research available, so we're going to go take this heating, which will increase the ticket prices by 5%. So that's also a good thing. Well, it took a while, but we finally got the money to put our mountain cheese factory down in Brig, so that's good. So not going to put something stupid, at least for a while. I see Goms threw down a cloth factory, but we're not out there yet. So now for Brig's mountain cheese factory, we're bringing in, looks like plenty of milk, but we're going to need these herbs right here. So we're probably going to bring these through this mountain pass and piggyback over here. All right, so now we have our Richard terminal bringing in our herbs, but there is wood there, so whatever, they can bring in wood too. I just prioritize the herbs. We're going to bring in 2 trains of Brig freight, and that way we should have plenty of stuff to make our mountain cheese with. I'm hoping anyways. Means we're going to need milk for our mountain cheese. We're going to split our trains off and have a train going straight to Briggs with milk, and actually let's do 2 of those. Keep ahead of things. And we're going to bring in our wheat into our Brig freight station, and we only have 1 train on it for now, but we'll see. If it needs 2, we'll throw a second one down, and that should help it because Briggs was getting a little low on grain. It's doing good on everything else, pretty well down to some of the manufactured goods. We have some more research. We're going to take this alarm systems, which will increase our revenue for our mailbags by an additional 5%.
How nice! The small township amidst the mountains has grown into a fine city. The way you lay tracks through the mountains and valleys attests to true craftsmanship. I know why I chose you as my partner. It's time to leave the Pennine Alps behind and connect the big cities of French Switzerland to our network. Enjoy the beautiful Lake Geneva landscape of the canton of Vaud while you expand our electric empire.
Okay, perfect. So the last thing we did there was we grew Brig to 70,000 citizens. At the moment, we have an express line from Sion to Sierra to Brig. We got an express from Goms to Brig to Zermatt. We're growing Sion. We're at 64,000 there. Sierra is a little bit behind. They're at 15, but growing 70,000 there. Goms is shrinking really, and so is Zermatt because I haven't put anything into them. Now it's time to move forward. So if you enjoyed this video, like, comment, and subscribe. Come back and watch another great video of Viking Me Gaming.